It is brought to you by Zions Bank.
Tonight, it's all about finding that three, the three-point shooting. Keep shooting. We're confident in our group.
Great point. 3 losses by Memphis, the Blazers by 5, the Spurs by 2, and the Pelicans won by 10. Here's Royce on a slip slide inside off the glass and Canada for the first half.
One of the matchups we haven't really highlighted is Rudy Gobert and Jonas Valanciunas. He's going to be a
Royce O'Neal as Donovan resets out front. Matt, I'm anxious to see who takes his first three-point shot, and right on cue,
Donovan Mitchell to fruition here tonight again, and it's just a matter of time for the Jazz to start making shots. You got to remember, this team was the first team, the #1 team.
Shoot that three. They see it go in early for the starters. That's going to help them.
Joe, nice save, but still the ball picked up by Morant at midcourt, and a bucket drops it.
T-Bowler, what's important about tonight, too, is you got to take care of the points in the paint battle. Memphis, this is where they want to live.
You're a star right there on the virtual fan board.
Love being a fan right now. This is pretty cool.
The bucket, yeah, they've lost 3 in a row in the bubble, but they've tied the score up at 10. And another giveaway by Utah, and Morant hangs on.
Going early. You don't want to lose that rhythm by turning the ball over.
Now the Jazz, great start with the early threes by rebound on the backside by Anthony Tolliver out of Creighton. They'll feed Anderson in the paint, wrap around Valanciunas. That's great. Watching Donovan pass it off to Joe, bounce it. Here's a dribble drive by Clarkson in the paint, lunges forward and scores. Now that hope.
Let's see if that turns into some good fortune from Jordan Clarkson.
There's Brooks, split-legged jumper, count it. Try to pass it out. They doubled Moutier. That will be Utah's 6th turnover here in the first quarter, and that turns into a 3
or 2 steps
You're never gonna make it. You're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different, and you must be kidding. You think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get it. It's impossible.
Really off the dribble.
You're irresponsible. Too many obstacles. You gotta stop it, though. You gotta take it slow. You can't be a pro. No one's your time no more. Who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? I don't give a damn if you say you disapprove. I'm gonna make my move. I'm gonna make it soon, and I'll do it because it's what I wanna fucking do. Because all these opinions and all these positions, they come in millions. They block your vision, but no, you can't listen.
Much like what Braun did with the Lakers the other night. That's the next step for Donovan, is knowing when to take over games, because he's got the talent.
The Jazz are title winners in Celtic pride, so you have to put maybe that one on the list. Tony Bradley gets a hand on that shot by Morant, and it goes out and is pulled in by Milton. Morant chased by Moutier. He looks off, passes inside, big bucket.
20 points in the paint already in this first quarter for the Grizzlies. Only 6 for the Jazz.
Yeah, and a 7-0 run by the Grizzlies. There's a bucket. Jordan Clarkson not saved by Bradley. Picked up by Grayson. Inside out. Here's Tolliver for 3. And on the replay center, so there was basket interference, so Clarkson only now was 7. You've had a couple of changes on. Patient as a shot goes outside shooting team.
Yeah, and the defense of the Jazz has just got to pick up. They need more juice. Just like in the OKC game, they needed more at times on the defensive end, but they got to pick it up.
And the NBA is not in the game. No disrespect to Tony Bradley, but you should imagine what the Grizzlies are thinking now. We don't have Rudy in the game. We're going to continue to go in here a lot more often. Let's not worry about outside shots. Let's get what we want and what we've been getting in the paint.
Anderson scores off the window. Bradley scores.
What I was talking about earlier, Joe being that guy who is so vital for the Jazz. And here he gets a nice little lefty push shot right here and a potential end call as well, because Tony Bradley had the better position.
Inside, nice pass.
Tucker to Bradley. Tucker penetrating to the basket, finding wide open Tony Bradley.
A couple of buckets here in the three-point shot in the first quarter. 42-33 Memphis. They've got the ball. Brooks for 3. Knocks it home. 1 wide open threes for Utah against the Lakers. Wow. But the shots just won't go down. Gobert on a runner inside will jiggle into the front court. Jazz need just some rhythm, some energy. 45-35. Inside, Gobert flushes down. A little issue with that. A sprain. Brooks has scored the last 11. He's got the ball again. About 13
late. Whether we're going to get a hungry, desperate Grizzlies team that's still fighting for that A spot, or are we going to get a team that kind of packed it in? But you're certainly seeing the hungry, desperate.
By 5 to Portland, 2 to the Spurs, and 10 to the Pelicans. Once again, here's Kristen.
Guys, I actually spoke to the side to win in the bubble and the 8th seed, trying to hold on to that. Also, he mentioned an added motivation for Ja Morant. He got some Twitter hater action going on.
Back out to Conley after a long rest on the bench. Had a couple of fouls in that first quarter. Here's Mike in the paint. Floats it up, counted, and a foul. As the ball knocked away, he may have run into Tolliver, lost the handle. Here's Mike from three-point land. Oh, nice flush as Donovan on the wing against Grayson Allen. Step back three. Rainbows it up. Splash.
Older veteran team like the Jazz, and a team that's played together. Great timing on the block shot by Big Rudy. But one of the things you get is you get patience. You're not trying to rush anything, taking your time, getting open shots like that with the Joe on the offensive end. It just kind of snowballs, and they get into a good rhythm.
I love pass inside Gobert. Yeah, 10 points in the quarter.
Well, great minds think alike.
Yes.
Right. I was just about to say that about Joe as well.
Royce open
to play.
And Buller, to me, you know, that run for the Jazz had to do with the defensive end.
5 minutes of this third quarter plays out. Conley takes a three. Ball bounces right back to Mike. He's take another corner three.
Jazz, can you keep it consistent from quarter to quarter? We just saw them come off a great third quarter. Let's see if they can do
from outside. Valanciunas, tough to
player like that, along with Ja Morant, knows that he's got to pick his game up.
Donovan flies it out to Royce. Here's Mike, just hit a three. Why not? Back-to-back three-point shots by Mike.
It's just rhythm shooting. Jazz moving the basketball around. That's the kind of basketball we're used to seeing from them.
Conley 3 of 6, 16 in all, and they've given up 18 points. Look off by Morant. Valanciunas, hook shot, get out. Grizzlies have it to Morant. Straddles the three-point line. Now he'll fire deep and hits it. Florida's on 6 straight possessions. Donovan goes to work. Drives on Brooks. Hangs it up, scores it. Beautiful score.
Donovan had a couple of steps. He was able to lay that ball right up the basket.
Valanciunas throws a shoulder into Gobert.
Do against Rudy. Make sure he has body contact. The more space you give a shot blocker, the easier it is for him to get your shot as Donovan.
Often. We know Donovan as a dominant player, but even more so in the second half.
5-0 run by Donovan himself. I think the hot hand's got to be found and continue letting Donovan decide and play make with the basketball. Good things usually happen when he's got the ball in his hands.
There was one time Rudy was covered, and he had a little floater there, but I think he's starting to recognize now that he's got to be
the second. Jazz hanging on by 1 with possession. 10 ties, 6 lead changes along the way. Jordan Clarkson in. Nice bounce pass from
Chuck Brown, baby. That might be before your time.
Yeah, go ahead and serenade us. I like that.
Jazz busted loose from the three-point line.
Much needed
assist in a single season. So he's got it in him.
And Buller, if you're asking me why he would be rookie.
Rudy goes out to guard the three-point line, has to hustle back, puts up a hand to disrupt the shot. Out to Grayson Allen. Let's see if they count that. Here comes to the sideline. Gets a high five from the coaching staff. Tough inbounds pass with a bucket dropped by Cortez Anderson. Tony Bradley protecting the paint here in the final minute and a half. That one bounces in.
Especially on the defensive end. Didn't start out that way on that end of the court, but sure has gotten a lot better.
Here's Joe. Winds up. Good look. Caught twice. Kyle Korver, Jeff Hornacek. You talk to any guy who makes his living shooting threes, which is what George does. Grayson Allen had a chance to put Memphis on top. Nice save. Clarkson went out of bounds, saved it. Royce. Here's Joe in rhythm. 3 balls away. Bang.
That is things to put yourself back in the game. Jordan Clarkson with a great save, with a great rhythm pass to Joe Ingles.
Jazz now 12 minutes left. Clarkson controls that dribble, left hand, searching inside, scoops it, scores it.
He's running down. You give it to Jordan Clarkson, and he just is him. And Coach Quinn Snyder trusts him and lets him be him. That's what
Bad news, Muller. You're talking about good news is the fact that the Jazz are generating lots of open looks. That's within their offense. Bad news is the law of averages that the numbers would go back to the mean, and that's what's happening tonight. They're having a nice night for three-point land. What is that? Their 13th or 14th?
Put it home. 102.99 with the ball to Memphis. Here's Morant. Kicks it out. Grayson Allen. 3 balls up. Got it. Dead-eye season. Donovan misses the drive. He wanted a foul, no call. Grizzlies run with Brooks. Inside. Oh, great job. Jump it is the call. Dylan Brooks out and Mike. Valley has an 18-point game. 28 minutes on the floor.
himself.
Clarkson forces that pass out.
One of the reasons why Conley can be more of himself like he was at Memphis.
Allen, Valanciunas, Morant. Here's Allen, who's had the hot hand from outside, like that wing three. And there it is again. He's hit half of the Grizzlies' three-point shots made today. Clarkson, new look, kicks it out. Royce, wide open. Bang! Another.
How old that movie is? I've got that on Laserdisc, Muller.
I'll get it on a VCR tape. Joe, 3.
Yes.
Got it.
I tell you what, and he's feeling it.
Why
He's
not?
feeling it, Muller.
31 minutes for Eagles. Iron Man keeps getting the job done. 372 consecutive games.
Yeah, no question. There's no question. I think Matt could speak to this too, is that, you know, one game kind of flows into another.
You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different? Man, you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get it. It's impossible, it's not probable. You're irresponsible, too many obstacles. You gotta stop and go, you gotta take it slow. You can't be a pro, don't waste your time no more. Who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? I don't give a damn if you say you disapprove. I'm gonna make my move, I'm gonna make it soon. And I'll do it cause it's what I wanna fucking do. Cause all these opinions and all these positions, they come in millions. They block your vision, but no, you can't listen. That shit is all fiction cause you hold the power and noise your
Are impressive tonight. 25 assists for the Jazz, and it's multiple guys. It's not one guy. I mean, there's Conley that has 7, Mitchell's got 6, Ingles has 5 assists. It seems like everyone was sharing the ball. That's the secret to me.
Yeah, 124-115 is the final. The Jazz.